Hey, how you doing? This is Will, and I'm making my very first video for my YouTube channel, Will's Straight Talk. Will's Straight Talk is a channel about calling it as I see it, calling it as we see it. I say calling it as I see it because it's my channel, so I'm going to call it as I see it. That doesn't mean I'm right. That means I have an opinion. Just like everybody else out there has an opinion, I have an opinion. And when I say what we see on Will's Straight Talk is because of your privilege, your right to respond back to any video, whether in writing or whether through another video. Sorry, that's my dog. Um, to let me know if you agree or disagree. I've seen countless videos out there, so let's just get this out of the way right now. Countless videos where haters are just out there, oh, well, this guy's a moron, and they start cussing up a storm on the channel in their responses. They resort to name calling, and most of that comes from when people resort to that kind of behavior, it's because they can't argue the case on merit. I'm a medically retired Marine of 15 and a half years, been out for 8 years. I was medically released from active duty in June of 2007 after I returned from Iraq from a tour of duty in 2005. Married, have a family. I'm not going on any script here. Um, so the first video here that I'm making is specifically about the protests that are going on nationwide right now in reference to police brutality, the use of excessive force. First of all, and there are countless families out there that are experiencing this right now. But I would like to say to the family of Michael Brown, Eric Gardner, Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old, and to Romain Brisbane. If I mispronounced any of those names, please forgive me for that. Those are the most recent names that have hit the news, and I would like to express my deepest apologies and condolences to you for your loss. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas time or any other time of the year. The losses and the circumstances behind those losses are absolutely tragic. And I'm going to tell you right now, and anybody else who's watching this, but to the families that I just mentioned and the countless others whose experiences and who've lost loved ones, that I am so sorry. When I joined the Marine Corps, I enlisted back on April 4th of 1990 during my high school senior year, and I shipped out to boot camp January of 1991. I'll make another video on some questions that I was asked when I was in a recruiter's office. Sergeant Covert, if you ever see this video, Semper Fi to you, man. Semper Fi. He was my recruiter. But getting on to the reason for this video is when I signed the dotted line, when I shipped out to boot, the country that I signed up to protect is not the same country that I see right now. And I will venture as far as to say that I think there's a vast majority of veterans out there that may see this video that would agree with me. If you don't agree with me and you're a veteran, that's fine. No, you don't have to. But this isn't the same country. If we take a look at the country that we were back in 1990, 91, and we take a look at who we are now, it makes me wonder if we would recognize each other. America back in 1990 say to America of 2014. I found a website that has all the uh, contenders that are considering or have expressed interest in running for president in 2016. I'd like to put a challenge to each and every one of you, and I'm going to name you off by name. I don't know how uh, accurate this information is. This information is based on those who have already filed to run, those who have expressed an interest to run, or they have been identified by at least 3 major networks, major news outlets, as having an interest in running. That's where these names come from. Our current Vice President Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side for those who may not be aware of their affiliations, Andrew Cuomo, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Martin O'Malley, Deval Patrick, Brian Schwelzer, and Mark Warner. On the Republican side, Kerry Bowers, Jeb Bush, Governor Chris Christie, Ted Cruz, Bobby Jindal, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong too, Rand Paul, Rick Perry, Marco Rubio, Paul Ryan, Rick Santorum, Scott Walker, and there's another party out there, and some of those, I apologize, I just realized they're actually independent, not Republican. The first list was Democrat, the second list was Republican, but there's there's independent mixed in there too, so sorry for not clarifying that. But there's also one person under the Green Party ticket. Her name is Jill Stein. Okay, I'm mentioning all these people's names, if I can talk right, and I'm gonna call out a few people here. Governor Chris Christie, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Hillary Clinton. Your names are the ones that I see on the news the most and hear about on the news the most. My question is this. If the protesters that are walking through streets, blocking streets, laying down in the middle of streets, making their voices heard, which they have every right to. My question is, if you're running for office in 2016, then what I would like to know as an American that will be placing my vote in 2016, why should I vote for you in 2016 if you don't have the courage to step out now and make a statement? For those who are pretty outspoken, the loudmouth Governor Chris Christie, where are you right now? Ted Cruz, where are you right now? Hillary Clinton, where are you right now? In the midst of all of this going on, if you want to prove your leadership, don't bring slogans during 2015 to show me why you should run, why I should vote for you in 2016. Okay? Tell me now. Most Americans already knew before the midterms even got here that the 2016 election was going to start the day after the midterms were over. Okay, I can't tell you how many news outlets I saw that ran the same thing. 2016 starts today. Okay, if 2016 starts today, where are you? Okay, this is a point where you, all of you that I've mentioned by name, and particularly Hillary Clinton, Chris Christie, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, if you are so qualified to be president of the United States, I wonder what you can do to unite this country, to help this country heal. I want to know what you think you can do, why I should elect you in 2016, and the difference that you're going to make or claim or plan to make in 2016 as to why I should possibly even vote for you for what every first term administration wants, a second term. Do I expect any of you, any of all of you, to respond to this? Much less Hillary Clinton, Chris Christie, Ted Cruz, or Rand Paul. Do I expect any of you to respond to this? Absolutely not. It is because you won't take the time to address this video or to address the same questions that I have, that I just happen to put in the YouTube channel here, but resonate from the hearts of millions of other Americans. I want to know what you're going to do different. What you're really going to do different. Don't tell me you're going to unite Congress, because that's a claim that so many have made, that has yet, we're so divided. If Congress right now, even before the midterm elections, if Congress could have worked with just a fraction of the united potential that our protesters walking around on the streets are united with, do you imagine how much more would have been done prior to the midterm elections? Our members of Congress, our elected officials, can learn a serious, serious lesson from the protesters. There's protesters out there that, from various different backgrounds, various races, churches, denominations, whatever the case is. They've put those differences aside and they've united for one purpose: to be heard. And I don't want to hear it at last minute at the night before the election as you're running, cramming to cater to special interest groups. What I want to do is I want to hear, and I'm not the only one. I can almost guarantee you I'm not the only one who wants to know what it is that you, Hillary Clinton, what it is that you, Governor Chris Christie, what it is that you, Ted Cruz, what you would do different. Tell me now why I should vote for you to be my president in 2016. Something real quick that I wanted to add to this video that I'm posting, but I want to make it absolutely clear that I absolutely respect the law enforcement community out here where I live, and not just where I live, okay? The law enforcement community is paid, is in many, many cases, they're severely underpaid to do a very difficult job. And at times that job means protecting the American public from the American public, protecting us from ourselves. Okay, so I wanted to make it very well known, because it could be perceived after watching this video that I don't like law enforcement or anything like that. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and again, my my condolences to the families who've lost loved ones under these tragic circumstances. I can't begin to imagine the pain that you're going through right now. And like you and so many millions of other Americans, I'm hoping that this unnecessary violence can stop. Okay. Thanks for your time, and welcome to Will's Straight Talk.